Hey, welcome to Zville Lessons for Live channel. My name is Xander Villain, and today we're going to be talking about harmonics. I'm going to show you where you can achieve them on the neck, how they relate to each other, and the keys that they relate to when you're playing them. That way you can mess around if you got a keyboardist in your band or another guitar player. Someone could be playing actual notes while you're playing harmonics and they can line up. It's pretty cool stuff. Let's get right into this. All right, for harmonics on the guitar, you can achieve them in multiple fret positions on the guitar, including the 19th fret. You can find them in other places too, but they're just not going to ring out as good. Let me show you how to play a harmonic to start with. If you've never done this before, this is perfect for you. What you're going to do is, this is called the 12th fret, but the actual fret, they call this position in between the two bars, the fret bars, the fret, but they also call this the fret. The 12th fret is the one towards your picking hand. So that would be this guy right here. This bar right here is your 12th fret. What you want to do is you want to put your finger over the top of that fret bar. Not the fret, but the fret bar. Same thing when we get into the other positions. So this is your 12th fret, which is the same key as your open. Let's just take the E for now. E, this is also an E, and this is where you're going to pluck it. Hear how it's the same key and the same octave as the note underneath it. The 12th fret is the only place you're going to find that, where the fret, where the key of the note and the octave of the note underneath it is the same. To achieve a harmonic, you take your index finger, let's say, or you could take any one of your fingers. Most people will do it with their ring finger or their index finger. Let's just use index for now. You're going to rest it barely touching the string right above that fret, the fret bar, 12th fret bar, and then you're going to go ahead and pluck. Remove your finger immediately. If you keep it there, it'll fade out real quick because you're muting the string. Let's go ahead and go down to the B string, the second string. Go down to the third string. Go down to the fourth string, or up for that matter. Go up to the fifth string. And let's just do the sixth string. You can do it this way. See how it's the same note as if I plucked it? See, now, that's something I got on another video, tips and tricks. Harmonics you can't bend because your finger's not on it, so you can go up here and have a little fun with it that way. But once again, the way you're achieving this is barely putting your finger see how quickly I'm removing it? So on the 12th fret, your harmonics are the note underneath it. This is important when you're recording and you're doing overdubs and you want to put harmonics into a lead section. You're going to find those notes on the harmonic scale and stick them in there. You'll hear that on a lot of stuff. Yes did that a little bit. Steve Howe was really into that. Using harmonics is part of the influence, and I think Jimmy Page did some of that kind of stuff. So once again, just barely rest your tip of your finger. Let's go ahead and move on the ring finger. Let's try the ring finger. Just barely rest it on the string, so it's barely touching. You're not pushing down on the string at all. Right above the fret bar. See, I'm not perfect. So there you go. Now, if you want, you can rest your whole finger across there as flat as you can. Nice and easy, just barely touch. This one's a hard one, and this one's even harder. So you can achieve harmonics on the guitar in multiple positions. The next most popular or easy to achieve harmonic spot on the neck is your 7th fret. Go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and play along with me here. If you're brand new, this is going to be good for you guys. Barely put your finger on there. Any finger you feel like. index, middle, ring. Nobody, you barely ever use your pinky unless you're doing something like that, you know. Go ahead and use your middle finger on this one for practice. Go ahead and hit the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Now, that's your 7th fret position of your harmonic placement. This harmonics you're getting from the 7th fret are going to be the exact same harmonics you get from the 19th fret. Now, another place you can find the harmonics work pretty good is the 5th fret. It's kind of tough up here. These are better. I can barely get that one. So, you can also get some harmonics off the 4th fret as well. So the big ones are the 12th and the 7th. The next one would be the 5th. And the next one would be the 4th. See that? Those are going to be harder for you than this. Hear the robustness of this compared to this. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like this overtone. So go ahead and mess around with that on your own time. 12th, 7th, 5th, and 4th. Let me show you how the harmonics are used for tuning a guitar. Let's go to the 3rd string. The 4th string, the 3rd one down from the top. Go ahead and play the harmonic above the 7th. That'll be the same harmonic that's above the 5th on the 5th string. Hear that? Hear how that's a little bit more robust than that? This has like a more of a solid ring out. That one seems a little bit more muted. I don't know if you could hear that good on the video, but that's what's happening. So that's how you can tune up. You could check your tuning by going 5th fret on the 6th string. Let's try that. 6th string, 5th fret, 7th fret of your 5th string. 7th fret of your 5th string. Exact same note. As you work down. 5th string, 5th fret, 4th string, 7th fret. 4th string, 5th fret, 3rd string, 7th fret. Now, when you get to the B, because it drops, you know, the B is like half a step down. You have to drop your note down to get to that B, right? Well, the harmonic's not going to work. Hear that? So you go here. And this is a real hard one to get to. And it's the same. So, because when you get back to the B and the E string, they're back in tune with each other. See that? You can go ahead and check my video on tuning. If you go to the 2nd string, 5th fret, and the 1st string, 7th fret, just like we were doing here. And now to see if these two are in tune. Boy, that's a hard one to hit. Well, ironically, this one, the 4th fret of the 3rd string, is the same note as the 7th fret of the 1st string, the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and again, this 4th fret of the 3rd string. They're all three the same note. So that's how you can check your tuning there. That's the way they work together. And people have used that for tuning. I recommend just doing this. 5th fret of the 6th string, open 5th string. 5th fret of the 5th string, open 4th string. So on and so forth. If you got to do it by ear. That's one of the best ways to do it if you ask me. Most people have tuners laying all over the place though, so nobody's doing that much anymore. But once in a while, if you're on stage and your tuner happens to not be working or something like that, you got to go off to the corner and just double check your tuning the old-fashioned way, playing a chord and seeing if it's in tune, right? Let's go ahead and talk about this real quick again. So the 12th fret is the same note, same octave. The 7th fret is the same note, but an octave up. So let's say we got the 7th fret of your 6th string. Normally that's a B note. Hear how that's the same note? But if I go up one octave to the B, the 2nd octave B, listen to that. There it is. 5th string, 7th fret, that's an E. There's your 2nd octave, that's your 3rd octave, E now, right? It's not necessarily the 2nd octave, it's 1 octave up from the tone. 1 octave up from the note it's above. This is above an E. There it is. That's the same note, same octave, same note. 4th string, it's going to be your A. There it is. 1 octave up from the harmonic. So this is the same octave as the harmonic. This is 1 octave up from the position. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Let me show you real quick just in case it's not, because I want you guys to get it. Once again, on the 7th fret, the note that the harmonic is above, let's just take the E. That's a 2nd octave E on the guitar, but this is an E, and if you hit the harmonic above this, on the 7th fret, above the note that's below it, E, it will be an octave up from the note it's above. That's where that's at. Now here's where it might get a little confusing. If you're hitting a E above the 2nd octave E, and it rings out as a 3rd octave E because it's 1 octave up as the harmonic. Remember we were just using this for tuning? Same notes, right? So if I go down 1 string and down 2 frets to the 5th fret, it's going to be the same note. That's your E. This is also your E, 3rd octave in this case. Let's go to the A here. Right? That's above the A. Well, on the 5th fret, if you go from the 4th string to the 5th string on the 5th fret, it's the same note. Remember we were using that for tuning a second ago. So that's also going to be the same next octave up of A. So that kind of renders the 5th fret harmonics a little useless, because if you do, you could do it here and they'll be more robust. That works on the first 3 strings going down, the 6th, 5th, and 4th only though, because when you get into the B, changes the harmonic, because remember the B is not in line straight down, it shifts a little bit to line the B and the E up together. That's why we had that same note, same note, same note, same note. 4th on the 3rd, 5th on the 2nd, 7th on the 1st are all the same note. So you can do, but when you go to the G string, the 3rd string on your 5th fret harmonic, that's going to be different than the next one above because of the B string being shifted. So now that's on its own. This guy here is on its own. Hear that? That's the F sharp, which is right below the B on a scale. Like if this is your B, here's your F sharp, right? Here's your, that's going to end up being an F sharp. So you can mess around with that and you can just try to find your tones. So see that? That's the same octave. So if you're doing a lead, a nice slow lead, and you want to put harmonics in there and you're going, that's where you have fun with it. If you use harmonics properly, it can help you write. It can help you write a melody on a song, an intro to a song, throw it in the middle of a lead. You're doing some lead work. Hey, so that's about it. I hope you guys got something out of this video, and if you did, please hit like and subscribe. That'll help our channel grow. To check out another video, go ahead and click this link over here. To check out our channel, see all our videos, click this link over here. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.